Thank you very much for the update, Jenna. Sure, we can all be a little disorganized at times. Everybody's guilty of it. But how can you tell when you actually need expert help? Here with a look at just that is professional organizer Susan Macauley. She joins us from Clarity Over Clutter. We're talking about different stages or different ways of becoming disorganized. Situational disorganization, chronic disorganization, and later on we'll talk about the extreme and hoarding. How do we define situational disorganization for people?
Situational disorganization is when people are dealing with chaos or clutter for a brief period of time due to a variety of things.
Okay.
It could be the death of a loved one. Just put you in a tailspin for a period of time. A divorce, a job loss or a career change, moving to a different home. It really throws people again
Been there, done that. There's still boxes sitting in the basement. That's how it goes. So, but those things, what we do is we just need a little bit of help. We just need a little bit of organization from you.
And just a little bit of rescuing to just get you out of that temporary situation, get you back on your feet, and also getting you set up in your new situation, whether it be an addition of a loved one in your home. You might have a new baby, you might have an adult child moving back home, or your parent might move in with you. It's another one. So all of those things change up your life for a short term and then getting you back on track. And then life carries on again. And
that's a great opportunity for a professional organizer like yourself. You come in, get us set up, and then we move on. But what about the chronic disorganized? How do we define that for people?
Chronic disorganization is a persistence of severe disorganization over a long period of time. And it usually can go back into childhood, where it all started. Disorganization interferes with your daily functions, like your time management, not knowing where to find things, having multiples of things, having piles of papers, having accumulation of items that you have no way of knowing how to find it when you need it.
Those are all signs that I am chronically disorganized. And here's some pictures of someone that you actually helped when helped when it came to their chronic disorganization. So walk us through a few there. This started off as a kitchen?
Actually, this top picture was originally it's a bedroom in a home, but they used it as a dining room, but it ended up becoming just a catch-all. And so what we did was we edited it out, all the items in the room, and wanting to know what the client wanted, we turned it into a sitting room / office room / TV room. So there's 3 functions.
So as opposed to the dining room up in the bedroom, they've now got a room that they can actually use.
Right.
Okay, now down the bottom here, we had a room that started off, again, rather cluttered, rather disorganized.
Well, it was a spare bedroom that it just ended up being the storage area. Yep. And a lot of things and if you take a close look, there's dishes in there, there's sewing machines, there's clothing, there's reading material, there's extra furniture that's just been piled. There's nothing in here that is dangerous in the sense of rotting food and that type of thing. It's just that there's a lot of stuff that people did not deal with and continually acquired.
So then we move it into using the room for the purpose it was designed.
Right.
And a whole lot better use there. Okay, so what do I do with a person who is chronically disorganized? I have that person in my life. I have that brother, aunt, sister-in-law, grandmother. How do I help the chronically disorganized?
One of the things that someone wants to do for someone that's a loved one or someone that they care about is one of the worst things you can do is actually say, you just need to get rid of this stuff. You need to just throw it all out. What's wrong with you? Why are you hanging on to it? You know, we never did that kind of thing, whatever. Those are all kind of negatives that are pushing them up against the wall and making it more difficult for them to reach out for help.
Okay.
One of the first things you want to do is offer them, in love and compassion, your genuine concern for them. Taking away the stuff as part of the equation of communicating to them. And talk about, let's look at ways that we can find help for you.
Okay.
Provide them brochure information, direct them to a website, give them a phone number of a professional organizer. Another thing is there's an Institute for Challenging Disorganization also has a website where there's a section in there for the public that they can go and look for fact information on the different kinds of disorganization.
So there is help out there. I think the big thing is when it comes to dealing with it in our life and our family is to look at the reasons as opposed to the junk.
Right.
Coming up, we're going to talk about the furthest extreme, though. We'll talk later on a little bit about hoarding and how to actually help someone whose problem has gone beyond the reasonable, I guess is the best way to put it. We're going to talk a little bit more to help how to help an extreme hoarder. We got that and more coming up on BT.